Hey everybody, Chris coming to you with another video trail tour. Today we're going to be doing the Big Savage hiking trail. This is probably the best, maybe only backpackable trail in Garrett County. Coming to you from the Ultimate Adventure Map. And we're here in the eastern part of the county. Trail number 8 for my trail guide. And it is a 16-mile trail that essentially follows the spine of Big Savage Mountain, ends down at the Savage River Reservoir. We parked one car up here, and we staged another down at the res, and we're just getting geared up to go and get on the trail here. So I'll be checking in as long as we go. Spencer's all packed up and ready to go, and we'll check in a little later. Okay, we're about a mile and a quarter-ish in, and one of the advantages of doing this hike where the mid-April is that the trees haven't grown in yet, and you get a nice views of what you can see from the ridge top here. So you got the wind turbines along this ridge top you can see here, and just looking at the trail, this is generally what it's been like. When you first start out, it's pretty rocky. You do a lot of rock hopping. That was maybe the first quarter mile, and now the trail's kind of turned to this path through the woods type of surface. Still, you know, rocky roots and that sort of thing, but not jumping from rock to rock. So it's a nice day today, mid-50s. Pretty breezy, and but everything's been good so far. A little over 2 miles in now, and not too much more to report, but I just wanted to do kind of a little update on the status, the condition of the trail, and it's been very well marked. Saw that blaze back there, big white blazes throughout. I mean, this is one of the, this is maybe a old logging road or something with how wide it is. This has been kind of the most regular part of the trail, but it's been in good shape the whole time. And again, you can kind of see through the woods, wind turbines on the right. You can kind of view some snippets of view over on the left. You get a rock outcropping every so often. You can kind of pop up onto a rock and get a nice little view, but it's just been mainly about walking and enjoying the quiet and the atmosphere being in the woods. Let's do a quick video here. Wind is probably gonna make it real noisy, but this is crossing, I think, the first of 2 power line right-of-ways. Nice, decent view. The power lines maybe aren't especially attractive, but that's when they cut out all the trees, that's what opens up the view, so you get a little bit of viewscape here. And behind us, got a wind turbine in the background back there. So, nice little view, and then we'll keep going on the trail this way. About the 4 mile mark, we got a little picnic table here. Kind of a clear out, some okay views here. Another view looking back that way. Looks like some sort of logging access or something. So yeah, a little more of the same. Right at 4 miles, you got a little picnic table to take a break at. Okay, coming up on the first road crossing. We're about 6 miles in now. Spencer. And you can see on the other side, nicely marked. Got good marking for the trail on the other side. And not too much else to report. Here at mile 7, the wind was really bad, but this is a really nice view. This power line right away, one of the best along the whole. Okay, we're a little bit after 8 miles. I have 8.2. Lisa's got like probably less than 8. Yeah, so we're diverging a lot, but around 8. So we just came down essentially from the top up there, down really steep trail down to midpoint of this slope here, and it has been pretty rainy, but we've got little spring coming out of the hill. So if you're looking for water sources, this is the first one I've seen on the trail, about 8 miles from the northern part, right after you finish that big downhill. And trail keeps going. It'll probably intersect with Pine Swamp Road here pretty shortly. Okay, we're coming up on the crossing of Pine Swamp Road here, and my Strava has about 9 miles. Lisa's has about 8.5, but we're going to start looking for somewhere to camp across the road here. Okay, and here's our little campsite for the evening. We're right off the trail. This is kind of right as you cross Pine Swamp Road, and this looks like an old logging road, and it's pretty swampy, but nice dry spot right here, and really the first fire ring that we've seen for the whole hike so far. And we were pretty beat, so we decided to go ahead and pick this as the site. It's still a little close to the road. I just heard a vehicle go by, but it's on a big high traffic road and you can't see anything. So this is pretty nice little rustic spot. Okay, it's morning of day 2, getting ready to break camp here, and a little overview of what we did yesterday. We started up here at the northern trailhead. We did anywhere between 8.5 and 9 miles, depending on whose activity tracker you're looking at. And we are camped right about here where that 2600 is. Nice little campsite. It's the first one we saw that had a fire ring already there. And today we're going to finish up, go down here to the res, finish up there where we parked our other car. Okay, we're here at the intersection of Western Port Road. We're going to hit this, and then we're going to go over Pine Swamp Road. I think I called the road we crossed last night Pine Swamp. That is just Swamp Road. And then the next road we'll cross over is Pine Swamp. So looking back, this has been kind of the trail since we left camp. Kind of looks like an old logging road. Nice and wide. It was pretty muddy starting out from where we camped, but you know, well cleared and everything. And we'll cross the road and continue on the trail right across. Okay, we took a quick little detour off the trail there. You can see down there that white sign is where the trail crosses the road here. This Western Port Road. And we've got a memorial here to the Buzz 14 B-52 crash. So very briefly, a little history lesson. On January 13th, 1964, a B-52 on a training mission with nuclear weapons crashed over right in this area. Essentially, their flight path parallels the trail we've been on, and the aircraft came apart in flight. There were some survivors, but some of the crew who died in the crash. And there's a nice little memorial here dedicated to those crew members who perished, and kind of the county residents who came out to help the rescue effort and help the nuclear weapon recovery effort. Obviously, they weren't armed and did not go off. There would have been a much bigger news story, but it's an interesting little piece of Garrett County history. And this nice little roadside memorial was developed by a Eagle Scout, I believe Aaron Cuppett. Also helped, partially sponsored by the Deep Creek Lake Lions Club, just saying. So nice little detour on this trail if you feel. Okay, our last road crossing. Now this is Pine Swamp Road. I had said that incorrectly yesterday. And you can see down there, the trail continues on the other side of the road where that white blaze is. Okay, we had a bit of a climb from where we crossed the Pine Swamp Road, but now we're essentially back on top of the ridge top of Big Savage Mountain, and should be up here till the very end of the trail, where we're going to go down and end at the Savage River Reservoir campsite. And a little mini history lesson about the Savage River and Big Savage Mountain. How they got their names was probably mid 1700s. A guy named John Savage was part of a survey party to find the headwaters of the Potomac River, and this ended up defining the boundary of Maryland and now West Virginia, and Virginia at the time. But at this point, no one had explored formally, really, this far out to find the source of the Potomac River, which they determined to be kind of the very southwestern point of Garrett County. There's been some further debate on that. I've got a whole presentation on how Garrett County got its borders. But for this story, John Savage was part of that survey party, kind of backwoodsing it through and following the banks of the Potomac River. And they got to about here where the Savage River meets the Potomac River, and the party went dangerously low on supplies and no real idea where they were and where any help was. And John Savage offered himself up to be eaten in case it came to that. The very next day, the supply train following them met them, and they were well provisioned for the rest of the trip. But in honor of his offered sacrifice, the party named that river that they were camped at the Savage River. And then this mountain became Big Savage Mountain, the littler one, kind of north of it, Little Savage. And then there's also a Mount Savage town in Allegheny County. So, if you're out and exploring and all you have to do is offer yourself to be eaten to get some natural features named after you. Haven't done much videos of the rocky sections of this trail, but this is a good example here. Kind of the just tumble of rocks. You gotta jump from one to the other. So I'm not gonna try and video this while I'm doing it, but you get an idea of some of that terrain as well. Okay, we're at the intersection of the Fire Tower access road. So we're gonna go straight, keep following the white blazes, but going to the right, when we get here, we'll take you up to the High Rock decommissioned fire tower. Really great overlook up that way. And the way you can access it is a parking area down at the bottom of this road off of Westernport Road. And kind of a dreary day today. We're not going to take the little detour up to High Rock, but you can watch another one of my video trail tours that takes you up and down this trail and shows you what's up at the top. We had just crossed that Fire Tower Road up to High Rock, and this is the second fire ring kind of campsite we've seen just right along the trail here. And I think I neglected to tell how many miles. That was about 3.5-ish miles from where we started on our from our camping site. We started the descent into Savage River Reservoir campground area, and we'll be going downhill the rest of the hike. And this is judging from the map, this is one of the easier sections. We're going to start hitting some switchbacks here to take us down the rest of the way. So we'll probably be, last check-in will be at the trail's end. All right, I promised the last video would be us checking at the end, but I just wanted to give you an idea what you're in for on this final descent. I have the camera level, and you can see the grade at which you're going down, and there's switchbacks, so we're not just going straight down, but it is a tough descent. I don't even know what you would do if you had to going up it, but it's slow going down and actually a lot of work. But now the last one will be at the end, down there somewhere. Okay, I lied again. One more video before we get to the bottom. This is showing the dam of Savage River Reservoir. This is a cool view. A meaningless safety fence here, but I guess, I don't know, if you fell down from up there, maybe it would catch you. But a pretty impressive stone dam. Nice view here, and you can hear the train in the background. I'll just wait here for a second. You'll see where the train tracks are. Come on, train. There it is. Had to wait for the whistle. All right, next stop, the bottom. Okay, and we made it as promised. Next video is going to be at the base here, at the end of the trail. And we went down all of these switchbacks here, down here, and end up here at the Whitewater campground area too. Some camping sites. Also, you see over there, that's the trailhead sign. I had 9.3 miles today, and then 9 point something yesterday. So the books say it's about 16 miles. I did a little detour today, check out some rocks, but you know, factor in about a 16-ish mile hike. It is definitely challenging. Look at Spencer there. He's pretty worn out, and it takes a lot to wear him out. And that last bit going down the mountain was some of the toughest trail I've ever gone on going down. I mean, even going down was very tough, very steep. Crossed a number of rock gardens while you were on an incline. Just really wiped me out more than any other part of the trail. So I would say overall, this trail is a challenge. Not a lot of big views, other scenic things. You can always go up to the High Rock Fire Tower in the middle there, but it is a big challenge to do the whole thing. And we did it and marked it off the list, and on to the next challenge.